The Haunted House, a true horror story introduction. In the quiet town of Willow Creek, nestled between dense forests and rolling hills, stood an ominous mansion at the edge of town. Known as Blackthorn Manor, it had been abandoned for decades. Its towering spires and broken windows loomed like the shadow of a forgotten past. Rumors whispered among townsfolk spoke of unspeakable horrors that befell anyone who dared cross its threshold. Yet, the house continued to stand, resilient against time, as though waiting for someone to uncover its sinister secrets. This is the story of four friends, Elena, Mark, Chloe, and Liam, who, driven by curiosity and disbelief, decided to spend a night in Blackthorn Manor. They were about to learn that some stories are better left untold. The story. It all started on a chilly October evening. The group of friends sat huddled around a bonfire, sharing ghost stories and laughing at the absurdity of their own fears. Liam, the boldest among them, smirked. "Blackthorn Manor," he said, his voice dripping with mock fear. "I bet you none of you have the guts to spend a night there." Chloe rolled her eyes. "That old legend? It's just a story to scare kids." "Exactly," Mark chimed in. "There's no such thing as ghosts." Elena, the quiet one, hesitated. "But what if the stories are true? People have gone missing." Liam waved her off. "Come on, Elena. It's just an old house. Nothing's going to happen." And so, the dare was set. They would spend one night in Blackthorn Manor, armed with flashlights, cameras, and a healthy dose of skepticism. The manor was even more imposing up close. Its once grand exterior was now weathered and crumbling. Ivy climbed its walls like skeletal fingers, and the air seemed colder near the house. "Creepy," Chloe muttered, clutching her jacket tighter. "Scared already?" Liam teased, pushing open the creaking front door. The inside was worse. Dust and cobwebs coated every surface, and the air was thick with decay. A grand staircase spiraled upward, its banister broken in places. Paintings of somber faces lined the walls, their eyes seemingly following the group as they moved. Mark set up a camera on a tripod. "Let's document this. If anything happens, we'll have proof." Elena frowned. "Do we really want proof?" Hours passed uneventfully. The group explored the manor, finding little more than broken furniture and faded relics of the past. But as midnight approached, things began to change. It started with small things, a whisper in the dark, the sudden flicker of their flashlights. Chloe swore she felt someone brush past her, but when she turned, no one was there. "I'm telling you, something's not right," she said, her voice trembling. "It's just your imagination," Liam insisted, though his bravado was beginning to crack. Then they heard it, a soft, mournful wail that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. "What was that?" Mark asked, his face pale. Elena clutched her flashlight tightly. "We shouldn't have come here." The wailing grew louder, more anguished. Shadows danced on the walls, moving as though they had a life of their own. The group tried to leave, but the front door wouldn't budge. "We're trapped," Liam said, his voice shaking. A cold wind swept through the room, carrying with it the scent of decay. And then they saw her. A spectral figure in a tattered dress, her hollow eyes fixed on them. "Why are you here?" she hissed, her voice echoing unnaturally. "We didn't mean any harm," Elena stammered. "We'll leave." The ghost's expression twisted in rage. "You cannot leave. You belong to the house now." Panic set in as the friends fled deeper into the house, desperately searching for a way out. The walls seemed to shift, trapping them in a maze of endless corridors. The ghost pursued them relentlessly, her wails growing louder with each passing moment. They stumbled into a hidden room filled with old journals and photographs. Elena picked up a journal and flipped through its pages. It told the story of a woman named Margaret Blackthorn, who had been betrayed by her family and left to die in the house. Her spirit, consumed by hatred and sorrow, had cursed the manor. We have to break the curse, Elena realized. It's the only way to escape. Following the journal's instructions, they gathered items needed for a cleansing ritual, a locket, a mirror, and a candle. But the ghost wasn't going to let them succeed so easily. As they performed the ritual, the house seemed to come alive. Walls cracked, the floor trembled, and ghostly apparitions clawed at them. Mark was nearly dragged away, but Liam pulled him back just in time. With a final chant, the candle's flame flared, and the ghost let out a blood-curdling scream before vanishing. The house fell silent. As dawn broke, the front door creaked open, and the friends stumbled out, shaken but alive. They looked back at the manor, which now seemed smaller, less threatening. "We'll never speak of this again," Liam said, his voice uncharacteristically somber. The group nodded in agreement, vowing to leave the past behind. But as they walked away, Elena glanced back one last time and saw a figure in the window, watching them. Moral of the story: curiosity can lead us to places we are not meant to go. Respect the unknown, for not everything can or should be explained.